Alright. Hi, hello. We've got another match coming up, and more later. This was supposed to be a double, but for scheduling reasons, looks like we've just got one match now, and another one, the other one later. And we have BloodfireTaggerung versus fastfruitman. Fastfruitman might be in the advantage here. Being fast might be very relevant in this game, I guess. But
I'm confused why more of our racers don't just call themselves fast. Like, imagine the power of Fast Maurice, he'd just never lose.
I mean, Maurice can do it without being called fast, so maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't actually do anything. It's only to intimidate your opponent.
It's the Ferris trick. I think Ferris can just do later versions of themselves, and we'll assume that they're upgraded, and therefore faster.
Yeah, I guess maybe I should call myself a wise mover.
Is that the issue? You want the boost in wisdom over speed?
I don't know. I guess you only get one. But yeah, incidentally, this seems to be a sub by you.
Which is in part why I was happy to jump in. This game is fantastic. I'm happy to have it shown off here for Mr. Tournament. Yeah, I think I subbed this in like April. This was a game that as soon as I ran into it, it's like I do not want to forget about this, and so I subbed it shortly after MT18.
Yeah, it looks like we're already ready. Somehow I missed that. Just ask for clean audio and then we can look at the game. Alright. We have Radiant Flow, which seems to be a ball game of some form.
It is a driving game, but we are just a tire.
Is there a hamster or something in the tire? It kind of looked like that on one of the screenshots.
Calling it a ball, now that I look at it, might even be a bit strong. But yeah, we're just one tire. If you're looking for like a similar game, I think Trackmania is probably the closest that you're gonna find in like how it feels compared to like say a ball game. A goal is bronze medal, basically all of the levels, which you can fall off the course. That's going to be the main reason that one would not make a bronze medal score.
And here we go. We've got some controls on screen. Are they always on screen?
I don't think so. I think it's just for this level.
Also some kind of weird display that... I guess that's also an input display. Forward, backward, and then analog amounts of left and right.
Yeah, I mean, the big ones that they're going to need to know are the respawns. Because like accelerate's going to be a big deal. They're going to hold that basically all the time. But they need to know the difference between a like restart and a standing respawn and a like running respawn. If you go through a checkpoint flying out of bounds, you will continue to fly out of bounds unless you do a standing respawn.
Interesting. There are different kinds of respawns and they might have to strategize around that. I'm noticing the start seems kind of slow. Is this a I guess we do have the speed on screen. Is this the kind of game where you slowly pick up speed?
The big secret here is it's the sort of game where airtime is preventing you from accelerating more. And so a lot of the starts are just very actively trying to avoid airtime. Airtime's also going to be the scary thing in this game because it's the way that you can fly off the map. And I mean, generally, I think these guys are not struggling to hit the bronze medals so far, but the levels do get harder. That's a silver actually from Flyer. It's more than required.
Yeah, fastfruitman flying off the course there.
And didn't get the bronze. This is a different type of surface for Bloodfire. It has a lot of traction and a lot of speed, but it seems to have a good grasp of like what half of the track they should be on. I can definitely imagine somebody who's not done racing games before falling off and just or flying off even. Okay, we got the ghost, who's not helpful because the ghost we know failed, so don't follow him for fastfruitman. Okay, so we got a fall here from Bloodfire. He's just gonna retry from the start. I think that's actually good race technique. He hasn't really failed yet on a medal, but like it's early enough in the race, like in this particular course, that a retry there isn't like as harmful as just racing for a minute and then failing.
Is there any sign when you get a checkpoint? Is that when the number pops up, the times?
Yeah, the number is telling you your how long it took you to get there, and I think your speed.
I guess the line is also, yeah, that's a pretty visible checkpoint. Oh, Bloodfire falling between the track and the railing there.
Yeah, and quickly respawning after you go flying off the track so you can get back to speed is going to be necessary to have a chance at no medal. He's going to have to try again. Like any other racing game, just seeing the track for the second time, like you're going to have more success on your second round through. But knowing when you could potentially fly off is going to be
Not sure where fastfruitman's going. Okay, I missed that part, but suddenly he was flying very sideways. So
in theory, I guess the racers could skip a level if it's giving them trouble. I'm not sure it's advisable because the levels do generally get harder over time. But if one level's just giving them more frustration than anything, they do have that option. I think this is the first level that we've seen like different terrains in different parts. So like a lot of the turns are the rainbow color, and then the parts in between are just the regular track.
okay, so the shiny surface, is that slippery?
Yeah, it's. I think the closest thing I know is like wood in like a Trackmania. That it just has a lot of traction and a lot of slippery. So like you aren't likely to fly off on the colored section, but you are likely to just go flying shortly after.
Ooh, landed again. Nicely done.
Yeah,
Good
it's
shortcut.
fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I was wondering earlier in one of the tracks they
No,
went...
not a good shortcut. Not enough.
They went over a hill basically and didn't take off at all, but then in other times they just take off like it's nothing. Maybe the materials are the difference there. fastfruitman now also... No, that's not the same track, it's okay, just a similar color scheme.
Yeah, he got out of asphalt, I'm assuming by beating it, so he's now on this Rainbow Road. It's like a bit of a concern if you're a racer and you see Rainbow Road as the 4th level in your goal. If you come from a Mario Kart standpoint. But yeah, I think I'm always a big concern. So I played this game a decent amount. Like this is actually a game that I put time into on the leaderboards. And one of our testers is FFAO, who I don't think is a great understander of when a racing game is easy or hard, because they're going to destroy any racing game that we be handed. This goal might be quite difficult for these racers. Like, they're doing well, but I'm a little bit hesitant. I gave it to the testers and said I believe in you guys.
So how many tracks are we looking at? All easy and normal levels?
It was an equal number in like easy and normal, so I think it might be about 20 or 24. We'll see the screen for when Bloodfire passes this level, or no, we won't, because they've figured out how to go next.
A little bit of time, probably not really necessary in this case, but doesn't hurt.
Yeah, there is another material that we've seen on fastfruitman screen. This dark
The chocolate.
is like the chocolate is heavy traction, but like slower. You can make some like pretty strong turns on there. It's magnet, a good name title for the level. Might be a bit hopeful here from Bloodfire, but they're near the end of this level, so they might just be checking what their time was.
Once they're taking off from the track, I always get the impression that they're floating. Like I always have to check where down is, so because maybe it's gravity and they're actually flying. Maybe they've been driving on the wall or something, but no, I think it's just very like, you're floaty, I suppose. You travel quite a bit to the side before you fall down.
Yeah, I can tell you from my experience that you can still get a bronze medal if you go quickly, even if you fall off like once. But there's two things you have to do. One is you need to be avoiding airtime, which Bloodfire seems to be doing pretty naturally, because being on the ground just lets you to get more acceleration. And the second is, if you do fly off, you need to respawn quickly. You can't just let yourself fly out into the void for 3 seconds, because that will be the difference between getting a medal and not.
So you can just hit the respawn button at any time, I assume?
Yeah.
So as soon as you see, I'm probably flying off. Although sometimes they've still managed to land back on the track.
Yeah, if they aim it right. I think this is going to be the first particularly hard level. Control is asking them to do things like brake, and I don't think they've had to do things like brake so far in this race.
So we do see their speed and their controls. Looks like BloodfireTaggerung was going slower for a bit there. Maybe being careful. And we can actually see when they brake.
Yeah, I think they might actually be on different controls. fastfruitman looks like he's on keyboard, which is how quickly. Maybe not. But Bloodfire seems to like be able to hold a middle angle, which would be more indicative of a controller.
Oh, slightly missing the track.
You do have to be careful. You need to make sure that you do hit the checkpoints. Even if you fly over the checkpoint, they can be a little bit mean. Your Discord stream's frozen for me, by the way. I'm not sure if
Oh, maybe that's... Yeah, but for minimized. Could be going again.
Here we go.
It said you've been disconnected for a moment. I don't know.
Yeah, I left it into. We're good. Yeah, I'm a bit afraid there. Like fastfruitman just kind of flew through the checkpoint, and they got the time, but you can potentially miss a checkpoint, and they're also behind their own guy, which means they need to push it, push. 0.2 seconds ahead here. Keep it tight. I'm pretty sure the medal there is 45 seconds. I'm not sure if our racers will ever notice, but I do believe most of the medals are a like particular second.
I think he tried to
And-
restart a few times there, but the checkpoint had him flying off, as you mentioned earlier.
I think this is a good shortcut there from Bloodfire, but yeah, control is gonna be, I think, the biggest like jump in difficulty perhaps in the whole race. It's just asking things that the game is not asked of and won't ask too often. I do like the music in this game. I think it's like 5 different songs, but it floats well.
The music's okay. I really like the visual style, all these abstract, weird 3D rendering backgrounds.
Fastfruitman just put up a 49.03, and I have a suspicion the medal is 49. They could not have been closer. Or it's 48 and they're in real trouble. But I'm gonna say it was 49.
fastfruitman has some positive checkpoints there, so looking good so far. But Fair still on this track, didn't quite make the time. Fruitman goes flying, no.
Yeah, it's a bit concerning that
So-
we can see the tire ahead of us, but we just have more speed. He's not gonna say. You can see the finish there in the future.
When you reset, the timer keeps running. I'm assuming it doesn't
Yeah.
set you back to the time when the checkpoint was.
Correct. It's true racing. Good stuff there from fastfruitman. He's finding the curves, and that is going to be the difference here. I think the ghost is like tremendously helpful. When you see the ghost do whatever you did last time, and then you do something that is clearly beating your own ghost. Oh goodness, he destroyed his time. 42 seconds. That he beat his ghost by 7 seconds there.
Nice. Well,
Okay,
we
we're on
had
the
a
same
few
level.
tries. Yeah. Bloodfire has been here for a while. Yeah, quite a step up in difficulty.
Yeah, it's just brakes. It's like, can you figure out brakes and you figure out drifting and also like angles. Like that's a much better start to this level, and he's a full second ahead of his time. And there goes the advantage because he took a big jump instead of riding on the track. But a competitive start here for Bloodfire, assuming that the ghost is relatively close to getting the bronze medal.
Looks like he's not braking much. Slow down there.
You don't-
He is jumping off the track quite a few times, but so far has managed to land back on it.
You don't want to be braking. He's 5 seconds ahead here, and then missed the checkpoint.
Also seems to be intentionally going for this jump, yeah.
Okay, so he did beat his best time, but yeah, we have a bit of time to go, so could skip a level here for. Okay, fastfruitman just going back to menu instead of retrying, but these racers don't know it, but this would actually be a pretty decent level to skip and come back to. It's going to be more difficult than some of the like upcoming levels, even though they're under the normal difficulty.
Looking at the controls, fastfruitman's definitely braking a few times, tapping it here and there, but not sure he's using it correctly there. But stuck a bit.
Yeah, I'm not sure precisely how to describe like the idea of drifting, but just a small brake tab to like realign yourself is much better than flying off and losing all your acceleration. This is a good time from fastfruitman. That is better than anything. So you can see in the bottom left there, it says 56 seconds for Fast Fruitman, 57 seconds there for Bloodfire. Neither are good enough to progress with the metal, but Fast Fruitman like had a lot of pace there, and I think also had like the ability to go faster, like had visible mistakes that they can easily fix.
So from that time down there, we can also read the target time, I'm guessing, because of the difference. It's
Oh yeah.
54.
Okay. That's going to be an ask, but these boys have plenty of time. And I think this once they are able to beat this, they will be in a good position to do well through the rest of the race. 55, 56 improvements. Bloodfire is getting there, but is still another 2 seconds needed.
I also saw your name on the leaderboard that pops up.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I think this might be like, so as the levels get harder, I would like try and get silver medals for the easy ones, and then some of them I'm just like happy with the bronze. That's a progression. That is tangible progress there for Fast Fruitman, and I think a really good sign for the rest of the race, because just faster to get through the hard level is usually a good sign that they are gaining a full grasp of the game. This level is called Grip, and it's because it goes between the magnet block and the rainbow block, and both of them are very grippy. You just want to absolutely minimize airtime, and Fast Fruitman seems to be picking that up quite well. Yep, and then hits the wall. I think it's still worth it to finish here. One, you might get the medal, but also you can just find out how far behind you were. Okay, 3 seconds, which he hit a wall. I think he'd be quite close if he just has a more solid race. Not a great start, but he'll make it work. Or won't. Good restart.
Bloodfire should be coming up on the goal soon. Might
Up,
make it
and this should be
53.
good.
There we go.
Yeah.
Close, but did make it. We are on the same track again.
I am curious what's meant to be better there for the big jump at the end or riding it, but he makes the success with the actually using the track. This is going to end up being a close race. I think these boys are pretty evenly matched. There's like a slight difference in strategy. I think Bloodfire is a bit more willing to do restarts. Fast Fruitman has really gotten a grasp of when it goes well and he's able to minimize airtime. He looks really good. But I think for the second half of this race, the normal difficulties, we should be in for, hopefully, Slobber Knocker. I really like the design of this particular level that we're on here, the Dunes level.
Yeah, it's all very... I'm sure there's a name for that kind of almost sci-fi or fantastic art.
I'm thinking like Stargate for whatever reason.
In this case, yeah, for sure. But,
Dune the movie might be the actual best.
We also had these like tracks with big rainbow-colored orbs and stuff like that. It's all very, I don't know, 90s. Look what my rendering software can do now, kind of image.
That was a really good one shot there from Fast Fruitman. Both like beating the time, but also just like looking good doing it.
This new track is called Drifts. I'm guessing maybe now it requires more drifting.
Or you will go flying. Yep. Hey, good progress there from Bloodfire. We're onto the normal levels for him too.
So is there a visible sign when they're drifting? I think I saw some sparks flying there for Fast Fruitman.
I think it's the sparks. Yeah, for somebody who's like, I think I have some like top 5 times, or at least did last time I checked on this board. I still don't know the mechanics of this game. It's, whew, good pass there from Fast Fruitman. I was a bit concerned. I think Drifts was like similar to Control, just one of those like level names that's a bit scary because it's testing you on something that you haven't seen yet. Bloodfire is doing this a completely different way from fastfruitman, just getting a ton of airtime, and it shows. Like, is not particularly close to beating this course in the first try.
Yeah, fastfruitman being true to his name, maybe the fast prefix works after all. Managed to not fall off in the very slippery curve there. So you said the rainbow color surface has traction, so it's not like glass or ice, I guess.
Yeah, like, so it lets you stay on, like, it doesn't try and send you off. And you
But
can
you
like ride the
slide
curves.
sideways.
Yeah, it just oh, there's clearly like 3 different things that they're like using to make the different things. Like the magnet has a lot of grip and slows you down. I think the rainbow just like has a lot of grip but speeds you up. Arandobi, it is. As my name shows up on the leaderboard, though the players have no incentive to look at the leaderboards. Uh, I can tell you. I think I showed this to one of the half beasties ICOs or Fabs. I was like, you should go play this game. And just trying to make a little bit of competition for myself. I can't remember who else I've dragged into, but this game is good fun and has been many a late night of just wanting to play some mindless but relatively competitive racing. Oh goodness, we got jumps. The level is called transfer and is because we are going to be doing transfers. Both these guys are just sensibly restarting too. Just acknowledging, okay, now I've seen it. I've seen the thing that I need to do, and just at that point going, okay, now I'm going to try and beat the level. Or when they've been on the level for 40 seconds, refusing to do a restart and just getting a time, knowing what they need to beat. They've both been very practical and pragmatic about it. Don't think this is going to be enough from Bloodfire, but I'm curious to see how close they are.
54 is what we need. But Bloodfire at one point, I think, got stuck on a yeah, he took a corner too tight and got stuck in on the inner wall.
fastfruitman with a really quick reset there after flying off, and believes in their ability to at least put up a decent time here.
It's really
Despite
drifting now in these
mistake.
tighter walls, tighter curves. Oh, still needs about 5 seconds.
He flew off. I think it'll also just put his ghost in the dust immediately. He seems to have a good grasp. Yeah, 0.8 seconds on just the first checkpoint.
Okay, there's the transfer. That's a funny jump.
Progression, we're both on transfer.
Here we get the good drifts from fastfruitman left and right through a nice curve. 45.
Somehow Bloodfire got a bounce on the magnet, and I didn't know that was possible. He really just sent that. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I think with these medals requirements, if you're doing a standing restart, you're probably just better restarting the level. That's the first try from Bloodfire, and that's actually a lead change.
Very nice.
It's also a music change and a level literally called Speed.
Very spacey
Okay, bye.
background with the neon lights. Yeah, this twists a lot. It's called speed, but with all the twists in here, I'm guessing you easily fly off.
Yeah, the rainbow are actually kind of a bit of a reprieve from being able to fall off. Like, if you're falling off on the rainbow part, you've done something very wrong. But it is going to make you faster, and it will make the other portions. This road's gotten a lot skinnier, at least for this level. Short level though, only 30 seconds, and that was a failed 30 seconds. Fast Fruitman also gets it through the last level, is now also on this quick speed level.
Yeah, looks like we need a 31 time. Fastfruitman
Which
does it on first
one
try.
tries.
So again takes the lead. It's called over under. I'm still
I
looking
think
for the
it
under
might
part.
have 2 laps.
Oh, is the okay? I see. There's an underside on the track. You drive the bottom of the track then.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what. There's like a. Once you get past easy and normal, they have like hardcore or something. And there's a level not too dissimilar from this, but. Woo! First try. Meanwhile, Bloodfire, I think, should just restart because they got caught in the wall. I can't imagine that they'll be faster than their last race. Maybe they are
9:30.
actually.
Did it with a nice amount of time left even. But Fastfruitman already has moved on to the next track.
Menuing boss is destroying these guys, by the way. And we've lost so much time collectively with trying to do restarts versus nexts and stuff. Fast Fruitman just going back to menu a few times. This race is close enough where, I mean, genuinely, it could be the difference of a few seconds. This should be a one-shot, yeah. Good job. Fast Fruitman is moved on to another scary level named Technical. But Fast Fruitman was the quicker on control and more or less one-shot drifted, so I don't think these particularly technical levels have been their bane. Yeah, avoiding the walls on just first try, just a bit more willing than Bloodfire to use the brake.
We haven't seen the level select for a while, but I'm guessing there aren't too many levels left.
I think we're getting close to finished.
That's the goal, and Fastfruitman does it. Let's try again.
God, these levels, if you just like took all the level names, it would just be all the things that you need to have in Mystery Tournament. You gotta have reactions, you gotta have technical, you gotta have control,
You
gotta
gotta
have speed.
chained.
You gotta have chained. Yeah, you know what I'm on about.
For missing 2 seconds. You gotta have over and under. Yeah, it's a cocktail of over and under. So it's called the reaction. Does that mean you are the turns particularly sudden?
So with the rainbow in particular, you just need even more than usual to keep no airtime. Because if you do get airtime, you will be also going very quickly. Both these racers have seemed to just intuit that quite quickly in the race. But this level is fairly touchy. I think perhaps my favorite of the levels of the race, so I really like the rainbow. It feels really good to ride on. Level reminds me of the Mario Odyssey level with the pink lakes.
Yeah, the food world. It's very rainbow colored. Okay, missing about a second. Needs 40 seconds for reaction.
That gives Bloodfire a chance here. I think so far, fastfruitman's looked like the faster racer, and like they are beating levels more confidently when they are winning. But I mean, one level behind. Yeah, fastfruitman's got this though. He's a second and a half ahead. As long as he doesn't fly off the track, he should be fine. Yep. Tries to fly off the track, but yeah, beats
And
it
that's
by 2
it done.
seconds.
That's the final stage.
Woo! Okay, now don't look at the records that you might have accidentally beat me on your first try. That'd be shameful. Yeah, so only like a level or two behind from Bloodfire, and definitely had an early lead. This race had its lead changes, and I'm happy to see it. I mean, where I have such a habit of like when I play a video game of just putting on other music, and like even in games I know have good music like Balatro, I'll do it. This is one of the few games where I just refuse to put on music. I just love these little jams. They're kind of mindless, but they're great.
I mean, they're fitting. They're pretty generic, I think. They're not very distinctive. Is Fruitman trying a more difficult level, I'm guessing? Like an F-Zero tube?
It's always a good sign when you're a submitter and you see that the racers are just continuing your game. Yeah, the levels do get significantly harder as soon as you move into the next difficulty. A bit harder to read, I think, is the actual difference. Is like this level isn't particularly hard to get a bronze on if you can stay on the track, and staying on the track, you need to be very much on the inside of tubes at the right times. Like it would take multiple playthroughs of a longer level too.
Well, losing a little bit of time on that checkpoint there. Still 0-3 behind, but maybe they had a bigger loss last time that they can catch up on. Is doing better now, just 0-3 behind. Maybe not.
Yeah, but I mean, you have your ghost, and as your ghost is flying into the finish, I mean, you beat somebody.
Menu boss strikes again.
I'm just watching fastfruitman now, and yeah, you gotta keep it tight. Nope, tighter, buddy. Not that tight. To know anybody who's just showing up, Bloodfire is just finishing up the last 2 levels. Fastfruitman is messing about on the harder levels, but did win the race.
What's the other value that shows up on checkpoints? Is that your speed?
I believe so. And so it can
Interesting
tell
that
you
you're ranked on how fast you were at the checkpoint.
well, so like you can imagine, like okay, so I was faster during this checkpoint, even though I'm losing to my my ghost. Oh, yeah, just hitting brakes there is actually the solution, by the way. Yeah, this one also.
But we're still missing half a second. I think has done pretty well, so yeah, maybe.
There you go.
The usage of
Well, it
brakes.
wasn't precisely clean. Oh, no, 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 no. Come back, Ghost. Come back. I think at this point knows what they want to do, and what they want to do is pretty close to what they need to do. This might be it. Yeah, 0.3 seconds. They can maintain it. Full second.
Yeah, there we go. One
Yeah,
more
there we go.
track for Bloodfire.
One thing I will note, and why I like this a lot as an MT race is it's nice to have good like checkpoint markers to beat like good medals. We've had the infamous race FFAO race, but in a game like this where it just gives you like these bronze medals seem healthy enough for our racers to beat, and while fastfruitman was able to one-shot them, both of our racers, given enough time and seeing the track a few times, have always been able to beat them.
I think that's it
It's
for Bloodfire.
that was a one-shot. Let's go.
It?
Yeah.
Yeah, does have the... He's
GG's.
checking his medals, and that's all done. Nice. Congrats to both players. Looked like a pretty good race. We had some back and forth.
And now we get some Super Mario Bros.
Looks like both players are gonna join us. And here are our racers. Congrats on the race. I hope it was an enjoyable game.
I liked it.
Yeah, definitely you could feel some flow going in there.
That's good to hear, given I was the submitter. I'm happy. It's the best thing, fastfruitman, and you made my day, is going and playing more levels after the race is done. I'm wondering, I'll ask my first question because it's selfish. Did you guys look at the boards long enough to see my name show up once in a while?
I saw it pop up once, yeah.
Yeah, let's go. Well, you shouldn't. That maybe it's bad race to look at the records and not just move on to the next level. One other thing that you guys can commiserate on, you both had menu issues for some reason. Was there something going on that was making it harder, or were you like checking to see if the race was over?
For
It
the
doesn't
first few
stop.
tracks wasn't keeping track of like how many levels I'd done.
Exactly.
So
It doesn't give you a clear indication of when you're done with the medium levels.
Yeah. So I started every track like, okay, this is number 10. All right, this is number 10 again. That's the only way I could keep
Yeah,
counting.
I didn't start counting, so I had no idea where I was until I saw your dot done. I didn't check. And then
That's
I was
bad
like,
pace
how
baiting on
close
my part.
was I?
Sorry. I should have just said that the last level is.
Well, it also doesn't
reaction
tell you the
order.
level's name until you've beaten it, which
It's in the
is
top
fine. But
It's in the bottom left.
oh, is
It
it?
was there the whole
Oh,
time,
never
yeah.
mind. I wasn't looking there.
Also the target time.
Yeah, did you guys see
I
that?
never saw the target time.
I noticed the bottom left one was like, if you fail, it's like, oh, okay, you need to get this to get the next, to get the bronze, probably.
Yeah, you guys were actually very close for basically the whole race. The big lead change was on control, which was the second to last easy level.
That one messed me up, I think.
I think I spent a while on that as well, but
I think the difference in this race maybe came down to like willingness to use the brakes.
yeah, I did a lot of braking in the end.
Yeah, I probably could have done more. And I was trying to get on control. I kept trying to get, I think, like a cheeky jump at the end. And
Have you
once I
guys played
no.
games like this, like Trackmania or other games that are just asking you to minimize airtime?
No.
Not really, no. I've always
look-
been terrible at like proper sim racing games, which this isn't really. But
I played like Unreal Tournament custom racing maps like 10 years ago. That's about as
I
close as I can think.
That would be the same sort of idea. Like, you guys both seem to intuit pretty quickly. I'm not sure if it was racing instincts or just looking at your ghost and going, why am I going so much faster? But you both seem to intuit quite naturally that airtime is the enemy of going fast.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Bloodfire, I think you were a bigger fan of the shortcuts.
Yeah, I was trying to get some cheeky ones, and I think that was probably not always the best solution.
It's kind of hard to tell, right? Because it like looks fast, and then you like see the ghost past, and you go, huh, maybe. Or maybe you don't even see the ghost because that's the only way that you know it works is because you did it previously, and so the ghost is also making the same mistake.
I think Dunes was like probably the one where taking a jump was probably the safest way, like the long desert level.
Oh, you flew. I'm happy you guys enjoyed the game. Muir, anything you wanted to add?
Nope. Graduate fun.
What race was this? Like, Wizards?
It's Wizards 3.
Wizards 3? You're in Wizards 4?
It's mad.
Oof.
It's the bracket.
Yeah, I
Okay,
already got my-
Bloodfire. I'm gonna suggest that you change your name to BloodfireTaggerung, because apparently, if you put fast in your name, you get to go to Wizards 4. If you don't, you're still in the tournament. You're still, I assume, Lizards 3?
It should be.
Something like that. Either way, good showing so far for somebody who's joining in for the first time. Have you been enjoying yourself?
Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun. It's been good, and I got my 2 wins, so I don't care what happens.
Exactly. If you lose out, it's like, I went 2-2, baby. Who cares? Average racer. No, you only have potential to do better. So, GG's guys. Good racing in both a bit meta sense, but also in a racing sense.
Yep.
And we'll move on. I think we have more games. This was meant to be a double. We might actually have like a big stack of games coming up here shortly.
Yeah, the other match is gonna come back later, I think. But for now, we have a double already. And fit in another match there.
Oh goodness, we have some pretty scary names coming in too. Got Aaron Doby, we got Marshmaster, we got Semi, who has been looking real nasty even when they lose. Callback's been impressing, I think. It turns out, the later we get into the tournament, the faster people go. You two not unincluded.
Thanks very
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. Thanks for streaming. Thanks for giving. So on.
If you keep the stream up, fastfruitman, I'll watch you play the hard levels. Well,
I've already closed my stream.
hey, look, I can see myself on Bloodfires. I got 6th on that level. Let's go. GG's, guys.
See you later. Cheers.
Bye.